Yo, 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 we are live. We are live. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. We got some new news today regarding the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox for next generation. Yo, Craig. What's good, Craig? Paul G. What's good? Panda Mart Classic. Chief. The VR gamer was good. Duran. Dirt. My man Dirt Naps in the house. Was good. Was good. We got some stuff we're going to talk about. Heath Stevens was good. Let's get into this juicy news. Y'all know what time it is. PlayStation Nation. My man said he couldn't listen to the tech guy on Z show. Yeah. You know how it is, man. Bunch of Xbox guys are damage controlling today. Can y'all hear everything just fine? Can y'all hear me? How's the volume? My man Heath Stevens said posting a bunch of junk box guys saying PS5 will only have 100 back. Yeah, that's true, man. We're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that. Everybody know Craig Harris is the real tech guy, the messiah of gaming. Can y'all hear me just fine? Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it today, man. I'm gonna pull up Twitter here. We're gonna pull up the news of the day, what everybody's talking about. Y'all already know Sony dropped the bomb with the backwards compatibility. As usual, there were plenty of L's to be handed out. Am I right, Paul? Am I right, Craig? There's a lot of L's to be handed out today. Now, we've been hearing for months, probably about maybe about a year, a little bit under a year, about how PlayStation backwards compatibility was going to be limited to 100 games and all that fake news, all that jazz. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now we had guys out there apologizing today. Pretty much the whole RDX podcast went out on their damage controlling tour. They went ahead and took their L's like men. They went out there very quickly, apologized, said they hold the L. A couple of them held the line, but it is what it is. My brother Panda Mark in the house. Have you guys noticed, right? For quite some time now, it seems like everything that the Xbox guys said that was going to happen to the PlayStation 5, all the bad news, all the overheating, all the RDNA 0 and 1.5, all the backwards compatibility is not going to be there. It's only going to be on PlayStation Now. There's only 100 games. You know, all of this jazz, all of this stuff. You know, what did they say? PlayStation was supposed to launch in 2019 and they had issues, they had problems, they didn't have dev kits. All of this stuff, right? All that stuff, and come to find out, Xbox is the one that was having those issues. Isn't that ironic? That is really ironic. Now we found out that the Xbox Series X, for a lot of people reporting that it was extremely hot to the touch. Some of them, I believe, there was reports of overheating and stuff like that. That was just funny because these Xbox guys said that same thing about the PlayStation 5. And now come to find out what? Mel and Matt, my brother, was good. Now they got to hold a bunch of L's. Come to find out, the PlayStation 5 is super cool with its top secret T1000 Terminator liquid cooling and its remarkable design. And if you guys can see the video now in the background, we were told that the PlayStation 5 would not have Ryzen in it. We were told it wouldn't have RDNA 2. We were told the SSD wasn't all what it was cracked up to be. And it seems like the only, you know, it's funny how the tables have turned. Now come to find out, Xbox has 500 backwards compatible games, and the guys are testing those games to make sure that they're worth it. Make sure that it's working. Guys have been teasing that the X Series X is overheating and having issues and possibly catch fire and stuff like that. It's just funny to see how the tables have turned, and these guys don't like it. When yay was good. PlayStation Nation in the house, preaching that gospel, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it's funny, right? It's funny how throughout all of this, Sony is not only the one and only truly next generation designed console that's ready for years to come. It has the most next generation games that have been shown. It has the most backwards compatible games that have been shown. It has the fastest SSD memory that's out there. It has not only more, but faster next generation USB ports on it. It's a system that has VR. It's a system that has options. You remember the whole anti-consumer stuff? Well, now the PlayStation 5 allow you to select whatever SSD you want as long as it has the right specifications. And I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at them for giving us options. And as everybody know, that even Digital Foundry said they've talked to all these third-party developers, and all of these developers are praising the PlayStation 5, saying how easy it is to work with, and that the gamers are going to be very surprised at what this system is capable of. That's just crazy. Here we are 30 days from these consoles being in our homes, and we've yet to see any next gen games running on the X Series X. I agree, Paul G. It has not only the fastest USB, it has Bluetooth 5.1, which is the latest generation. Plus it has Wi-Fi 6. So those three things, USB, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S do not have. Now you got to ask yourself, right? If it's all about the T-flops, Is it really all about the T-flops? Why haven't we seen what the T-flops can do? What are they hiding? What are they hiding? Come on. Even Mikey Barra came out today and said, look, it's time out for talking about the specs, for talking about the backwards compatibility and all the old games. Show some next generation games. Show us what the T-flops can do. Show us. If you're bragging about it, if you are the most powerful console on the market, show us. Prove it. I don't understand why they won't show it. You know, if I had the world's most powerful console, I'd be showing it every day why my system can do this and yours can't. My brother, Sick Humor, was good. Again, we're 30 days away from these consoles launching. We've seen a shitload of first party, second party, and third party games running on the PlayStation 5. The guys complained and cried about a teardown. Well, guess what? We got our teardown. Some people said they didn't believe the PS5 existed because they hadn't seen the console. Well, guess what? We saw a guy tear it down from limb to limb. Now where you at? What else? I've said this earlier. There's a lot of Xbox guys that have been out there saying the reason they don't play on PlayStation is for various reasons. And we're about to go through those reasons. A lot of them said, well, it's the controller. The controller's too small. I don't like the DualShock because the controller's too small. Well, guess what? Triple J in the house was good. Rogers in the house was good. It's when you just look at it, they said the controller, the DualShock 4, too small. Well, guess what? They gave you the DualSense. Similar size, similar design to the Xbox One controller. Okay, they made the controller bigger. Now what? Now what's your excuse? You can't say it's the controller anymore. You say, you know, it was the battery life. It dies in 4 hours. Well, guess what? They tripled that, right? They tripled that. Built-in battery, they tripled that out. Okay, they took away the battery argument. What's next? What are you going to argue about now? Oh, well, I don't really like, PlayStation because, they'll come up with any reason. Silly reasons. You got the controller. Oh, it's about the power. Well, I'll play just multiple multiplats. I like the better version running other multiplats. But then when you turn around and ask them, okay, I dig it. You like the better running versions of the multiplat. So what console was you gaming on from 2013 to 2017? Ask him that question and watch him freeze up. Because the moment they fix their mouths to say, yeah, I was on the Xbox, because guess what? They were on the Xbox. They weren't on PlayStation. And guess what? PlayStation had the better running version of the multiplats from 2013 to 2017 until the X Series X came out, right? So you got that argument there. So they'll shut up because you got them. They can't argue with you on that. Now, if a guy was on PlayStation for those years, from 2013 to 2017, and then they just said, okay, I'm gonna give up all my gaming over here, and then I'm gonna go over here to the Xbox side, which had no games. Y'all remember that? World's most powerful console, the X Series X, came out running PUBG at 12 frames a second. Am I lying? Y'all don't hear me. Am I lying? I remember we booted up PUBG running 12 frames a second and guys trying to save face. Well, I had fun. I was able to get in. They're gonna patch it. It's 4K at least. Y'all remember the arguments? Y'all remember that? This is why you can't, when you argue with these doofies, you gotta know. Just give them the truth. Don't sugarcoat it. Just tell them. Be honest. Shadow the Ghost, what's good, my brother? Thank you for coming rocking out with me. I'm in here preaching that gospel, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Sony has taken every one of their excuses that they had off the table. The controller, they tripled the battery life. They made it bigger for them. Bam, there you go. Slinks was good, brother. So guess what? Power, okay. All right, cool. You love your T-flops. Show me. Show me what your system can do that mine can't. Because last time I seen some Ratchet and Clank. I saw you going in and out of worlds in fractions of a second. I saw that Usain Bolt SSD drive at work. I saw them T-flops at work. I saw all those polygons. I saw all of the characters that's on the screen. I saw all of that in glorious 4K. They said, oh, well, you know, it's not really about 4K. It's really about the frames. Well, guess what, player? They gave you options. They're giving you modes. You got your visual fidelity mode. Shit that comes with ray tracing. 4K. All the bells and whistles. Running at, you know, some games 60, some 30. They're giving you options. For those of you guys that are generally on the PC or just want to play the best games possible in 60 frames a second, and you just got to play at 60 frames, no lag. Shout out to my man Porter Rock. You play on PlayStation, they're giving you your 60 frames mode. They got you. They got you what you're looking for. Listen, you got your 120 frames a second games out there, right? You got your Gran Turismos. Oh, but you know what? I play on Xbox because they got the multiplayer games. I love multiplayer. You know, I like that. All right, cool. Guess what, player? In a few weeks, we're gonna be playing that Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Guess what? That's a multiplayer. Play with your friends. Bam, there you go. You want more than that? Cool. On the PlayStation 5, you're going to be able to run that puppy at 4K 60 frames a second. Thanks to this new backwards compatibility information that we got directly from the developer itself. Well, that's just one game, Kratos. I need more than that. What's up, my brother? Relic? Ryan Landis in the house. Was good. Guapzilla. Yeah, buddy. So guess what? They said, well, that's just one game, Kratos. All right, guess what? You got Gran Turismo 7. 120 frames a second mode, 60 frames a second mode, VR mode, ray tracing, and everything else you want. Now what's your excuse? Oh, well, that's just 2 games, Kratos. Okay, cool. I see you, player. I see you. You want more, right? You want more multiplayer games. Cool. How about Naughty Dog drop The Last of Us 2 multiplayer factions? How about that? You want that? All right, cool. They finna drop that. That's multiplayer. You asked for it, player. They giving it to you. Big facts, Omar. Well, Kratos, that's, you know, yeah, but I really like playing with my friends, you know, like co-op and stuff. All right, cool. I hear you, player. I hear you. I know that's why you're on Xbox. You want it? Guess what? Sony finna give it to you. Guess what? You want it? There you got your Godfall. You and 2 of your friends can play multiplayer, baby. There you go. You asked for it. You looking for it. They gave it to you. Big fact, Emrys. Big facts. Well, you know, I know they get, okay, so they giving me multiplayer. Okay, but you know, Kratos, you know, okay. They got me with the controller. Okay. They got me with you know, they got me with the multiplayer games. Okay, they came up this gen. They came up. Okay, I see them. What else? Well, you know, I really like to play all my old games. Kratos, I love playing my old games. I don't, you know, I'm a no man left behind kind of guy. All right, cool. We got you, player. Today, Sony came out. And what did they do? They announced backwards compatibility with your full, complete PS4 lineup. That means all those games, over 4,000 games. All that shit, you can play it. And guess what? On top of that, they knew you was gonna start crying. So all your saves come over. They knew you was gonna start crying, so all your progress come over. Oh, well, you know, Kratos, I don't really like paying for PS Plus so I can do the cloud. Say, guess what? They got you, player. You can transfer all your stuff over Wi-Fi and USB. They took care of you. Okay. All right, Kratos. I see they working with something. They did that. Okay. Then you ask them, okay, what's next? What's the next thing? What are you crying about next? Well, you know, I love crossplay. I love being able to, play with my friends over here and there and there and this. And Sony needs to enable. Guess what? They enabled that this generation. Crossplay. Bam. There you go. What's your next argument? Well, these guys are just going to keep coming, right? It's never ending excuses. Never ending excuses. And check this out. Today, the news came out with backwards compatibility. I'm keeping that same energy, right? I didn't buy a PlayStation 5 to play old games. So while that may not be the number one main focus for me, but what is for me is I want to be able to play Ghost of Tsushima with my friends. Factions got me. I want to be able to for The Last of Us 2, Factions got me. Legends for Ghost of Tsushima got me. So that's a great asset, right? That's something to have. On top of the 60 frames a second that's coming for these games. Then these guys gave us the God mode, the boost mode, the beast mode. So all your old games will be able to run double the frame and double the resolution. Steady frame, steady resolution. Guess what? Those 4,000 games is more than what GamePass can give us. That shit is more than what Xbox can give us. And on top of that, before the guys start finding any other excuses, just face it. Sony has the games that people want to play. Yes, they have the games that people want to play. Halamoka, what's good, brother? Mr. Omar Johnson, what's good? Hey, man, I'm just preaching to these boys. All the excuses that an Xbox gamer had this generation have been wiped clean. Sony has catered to the Xbox fans. Oh, well, I really want to play the PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. Well, guess what, player? It's coming. It's coming. From what I hear, PlayStation Now is going to be an option, and rumors are is that PlayStation Now is going to be mixed with PlayStation Plus. And there's your option there. Not only to stream the games, but also to download. So there's options out there. What other reason do you have to not buy a PlayStation? I'll drain your soul. What's good, my brother? My man way from Liverpool. That's what I'm talking about. My man way from across the pond. Shout out to my UK folks, all my Europe folks. Ryan Landis. We're about to get into that. I'm going in today. Now, we did this, a lot of guys said, well, we haven't seen the PlayStation 5. We haven't really seen it, and I'm worried about it. What we gonna do about the SSD? What about the SSD, Kratos? What about the SSD? We got you, player. We got you. Sony came out there. They said, you know what? The hell with Digital Foundry. We not finna give them our clicks and views. We finna let our own dude, our own engineer break that bitch down for you. My man right here. My man about 4'2", weigh about 85 pounds. Came out there lugging that big bitch. He lugged that shit. He set it up on the table, man. He broke it down. He showed you the next generation USB ports, the high-speed LAN port, the HDMI port, the power port, Wi-Fi 6, next generation, USB-C, next generation, USB high-speed 10 gigabit ports, next generation. All of that is stuff that the Xbox Series X next generation consoles do not have. Oh, but Kratos, if I get it, I'm gonna have to use a screwdriver and take the screw out, so I can change my stand from horizontal to vertical. Like this is where we at in gaming. This is where we at. This is where these bots are. Sony took all the major shit off the table. Now these motherfuckers don't know how to use a screwdriver. Holla, talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Oh, all of a sudden we can't use screwdrivers, huh? So all of a sudden we don't have PCs that we built? All of a sudden we don't have 2080 Ti's? All of a sudden we not out here buying 3080s? Somebody talk to me. Come on, we having church today in the house of Yoshida. These motherfuckers out here buying 3080s, 2080 Ti's, got RGB lighting. These motherfuckers are all kind of technicians. But when it comes to removing one screw to access your SSD slot, think about the kids, Kratos. Think about the kids. What my man said, fuck them kids. Oh man, look at that. I see that slide. And see, Sony was smart. They not only worried about just having one SSD size, they gave you options for the future and the current. They'll allow you to use a full size SSD drive, or you can use a half size or a smaller size. But it's crazy. It's crazy the excuses we've been seeing. Sony said, you know what? PlayStation Nation gonna ride with us anyway, because we provide them bangers. As long as we provide them bangers, they're gonna be there. But let's go tackle this 40 million, 50 million install base over here in Redmond, Washington. Let's go steal some of those folks, right? So Sony basically focused on them, took all their excuses that they have out the door. I really don't get it, man. I really don't get it. In 2020, how can you look with a straight face and say, I'm an Xbox gamer because they give me the best? I'm like, huh? I'm gonna say it again. I'm like, huh? In what fashion? In what area? What are you talking about? In what fashion, form, or way is Xbox doing anything better than PlayStation? That's keeping you there. You know, to the average gamer, they'll tell you, you know, to me, man, I'm wherever the games are. Most people I rock with, that's their thoughts, right? That's their feeling, that's their thoughts. Wherever the games are, wherever the bangers are, that's where I'm at. But as an Xbox only guy in 2020, how can you sit there with a straight face, having seen no next generation Xbox games running on the console, with nothing but hope and prayers that those 28 studios that Bethesda, that 343, that Ninja Theory, that the rest of those guys are going to give you? How do you know? We just sat here for 7 straight years waiting for E3s. Did we not sit here year after year saying, wait till E3, wait till E3, wait till fucking E3? Now, y'all know I post all of these sayings from Phil Spencer every single E3. This is the best. This is going to be the best lineup we ever have. This is going to be the most amazing, the most spectacular. We even got to the point where it's like, what my man Phil Spencer said, what my man said, he said, I'm more excited for what I didn't show you. Nigga, what? Huh? This is the excuses that guys were told, and they agreed, and they're okay with that. For you to just have a damn event, and 5 minutes later, you say you're more excited for what you didn't show me. Is this what the Xbox community have come to? Now, here we go again, 7 years later. World's most powerful console yet again. Not an NPD in sight. Not a next generation game in sight. And your biggest fucking IP known to man running on 12 T-flops. Look like some shit from off the Switch. Oh, how the mighty has fallen. My brother Gaming Forte, come on in, drop a few coins in the pulpit, pull up, say a couple of prayers, and watch me preach. Is this what we've come to? 30 days from launching, not a next generation game shown. And they put the bread and butter into Halo. And they gave us Craig with 12 T-flops. 12 T-flops. Let's talk about that 12 T-flops real quick. I want to talk about that real quick. I think early today or yesterday, my man Optimus Code said something that resonated with me, and it kind of reminded me of something that we've been saying for a while. At least PlayStation Nation has been saying for a while. If you tell me your console is the world's most powerful console, how does a person know that that's true? How do you know that's true? And the reply, some guys have said, well, you know, because the T-flops, because the velocity engine, because of the velocity engine. Didn't we just spend 7 years hoping and praying that the cloud power was going to turn out? Didn't Microsoft originally tell you that the cloud power was more powerful than 36 360s? 7 years. We've been dealing with dual stack GPUs, hidden GPUs, ESRAM updates, Win 10 fam, and DX12. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? Are you willing to go another 7 years with these taglines that amount to nothing? Relic, don't be ashamed, brother. We all waited. We all bought Xboxes, right? But here we go again, another generation, the world's most powerful console. And at one point, you know, at some point, we have to say, you know what? Just show me. Just show me what you gonna do. Don't tell me about the T-flops. Don't tell me about ray tracing. Don't tell me about Velocity Engine. Don't tell me about Cloud Power and DX12 Ultimate and all kind of other janky stuff that they make up for marketing terms. Just show us the games. And guess what? We've yet to see the games. And the sad part about it is even those third-party games that they've showed, like the Medium and some of the other stuff that most of us can't remember because it was so blase. That stuff did not look next generation. It took Sony. It took the PlayStation 5 to show us what next generation really was. When we saw Ratchet and Clank and we saw those worlds going in and out, we saw you going from dimension to dimension, loading instantly inside the portals, seeing all the characters on screen, seeing all the explosion and artifacts and all this stuff. When we saw all that stuff, we said, you know what? Yeah, that's next gen. That's some next gen shit. When Epic Games displayed their demo on the PlayStation 5 and they showed you 8K textures and they showed you all the lighting and all the brand new UE5 engine demo, right? They showed you that on 10.3 T-flops. They didn't show you that on 12 T-flops. They showed you the speed of the SSD. They showed you how easy it was to code on the PlayStation 5, how easy it was to develop on the PlayStation 5. Even without adding ray tracing, they showed you what type of game you would be able to make. And somebody have to have some common sense with this, right? If all these developers are saying, look, PlayStation 5 is so easy to develop with, if they're going gaga over PlayStation 5, if Mark Cerny went out there saying, we didn't go to give you the highest T-flop count, we did it with developers in mind. We went to developers and asked them what they wanted. We removed all the bottlenecks that they would have. Bam. Then you come up, you got all these games. And at the end of the day, guys, that's what we're here for. We're here for the games. We're not here for the T-flops. We're not here to be sold more marketing terms and jargons and flip-flops and all kind of stuff that doesn't amount to anything. We want the bangers. And when you look at the amount and the quality of games that PlayStation has demoed and shown, whether it's first party, second party marketing deal, or third party marketing deal, it's quality. It's not quantity, right? You can have 50 studios, but if they hadn't output anything yet, you can't say what they're going to do. Now, while I applaud Microsoft for finally deciding to invest in gaming again, you're going to have to show me something. And it's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate. We're not going to have Halo this holiday season, their biggest game ever. It's been delayed by a year, maybe 2 years. So what are we going to have? What first-party games we're going to have? We're not going to have any first-party games. And don't go on the limb and tell me, oh, you got Gears Tactics. Stop it. Stop it. Well, you may have Flight Simulator eventually. Stop it. Enough with the excuses. Dark Side was good. Mighty Mouse was good. Listen, it's 2020. You're still gaming exclusively on Xbox. You have to come to terms with yourself, right? You have to come to terms. Did Battletoads really give it to you? Did Bleeding Edge really give it to you? It's debatable. Did Sea of Thieves give it to you? Did Crackdown 3 give it to you? World's most powerful console, and these are the games they decided to display it off on. But guess what, guys? If you would have bought a PlayStation 5 or even a PlayStation 4, let me tell you this. This is what we have to look forward to within the next 6 months, right? The next 6 months to 12 months. Final Fantasy 16. God of War, Ragnarok, boy. Horizon Forbidden West. Ratchet and Clank. Deathloop. Gran Turismo 7, Sony's their best-selling IP ever, their biggest IP ever. They even brought back Sackboy. We got Destruction All-Stars, another multiplayer game, right? We got Returnal. We got Ghostwire Tokyo. We got Kena. Bugsnax, for those of you guys out there that's interested in that. We got Oddworld. We got Demon Souls. They brought back Demon Souls. My God, that game looks amazing. Day one. They're giving us Godfall. And on top of that, guess what? Everybody in this chat right now is going to be playing that Spider-Man Miles Morales. But you know what? That's not the end of it. Because for an extra $20, they'll give you the original Spider-Man that's been updated with the next generation engine, with the ray tracing, with all the fast speed and everything else and all the haptic feedback and stuff. Listen, this is officially the best PlayStation lineup in history. You cannot deny that. Zim was good, my brother. They didn't just throw this stuff together. The PlayStation 5 wasn't just thrown together. This shit looks like they made it with a bunch of NASA scientists. Their remasters aren't just some thrown together stuff that was just a frame rate and a resolution bump. They put in work with that. And guys are complaining, oh, it's $20. You know, I really... Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? They're giving you brand new trophies. They gave you a brand new trophy system. If you go and check your trophy now, your trophy account now is going to be different. They're updating their stuff. They're updating the PlayStation Store. They're updating PlayStation Now. They're taking away all the stuff that you didn't care about, all your grumps, all your pains, all the stuff, and they're giving you all new stuff, next generation. They're updating everything from head to toe for next generation. So what is your excuse? You know what? And the icing on the cake, they gave you the PlayStation 5 just for $399. A next generation console for $399. Like, come on. With a brand new DualSense controller, with all the technology in it, built-in speaker, noise canceling microphone, and speaker system, RGB lighting. What else it has? It still has that, it has haptic feedback, tactile feedback. It still has the touchpad. It has all the next generation features, 3 times bigger battery. What is there to complain about now? What else is there to complain about? For $399, you getting all this fucking technology. RDNA 2, the world's fastest SSD. They haven't even made the chips for it yet. You're talking about load times in 1 second to 2 seconds for everything. We're not talking about loading Red Dead 2 56 seconds like it did on the X Series X. We're not talking about loading some games 15 seconds where it used to be 30, 40, 50 seconds. We're talking about instantaneous. That SSD and the memory in the PS5 is up to 3 times faster than the Xbox. $399. $399. The people that are complaining now, I'm of the mindset that these really aren't gamers. These are just people that are just posing in the gaming community because they're bored. There's nothing else. And the gaming community is kind of open, right? We kind of embrace everybody. Whether you're an Xbox guy, whether you're a PlayStation guy, Nintendo guy, it's kind of like an open arms. But if you complain over $399, if you complain over big blockbuster AAA exclusives, if you complain over next generation features in your controller, next generation Wi-Fi in your system, next generation 10 gigabits per second USB ports on your console, like, I don't know, man. Forte, you're right. There's going to be something that takes 5 seconds to load and the guy's going to say, ha ha, I got you, Kratos. Exposed. Guess what? For $399, I'll take that. God of War, Ragnarok. Mic drop moment. The news today, about the backwards compatibility really kind of just hit home how Sony has strategically let the misinformation come out. And some people felt the need that every time Microsoft makes a move, Sony gotta combat that, man. They gotta do something, I kind of went in a little bit on PlayStation Nation on some of the guys that were kind of complaining and whining. And I kind of said, listen, you're winning, man. You got the games. You got great hardware. You got great services. That's all that matters. You never go chasing the loser. You never go chasing what's behind you. You keep your head looking forward and you keep winning. Who gives a fuck if Microsoft is worth $17 trillion when they the last place in gaming? Who cares? Let them go buy GameStop. Let them go buy ZeniMax. One thing they can't buy? Them PlayStation bangers. God of War, baby. Horizon Zero Dawn, baby. All of the games that we played this generation, all the sequels to those games, the Days Gone, the Ghost of Tsushima, all of those games, guess what, baby? We're going to be playing those next generation. The bangers ain't going to stop. You got to realize, this is Sony's bread and butter. This is what keeps the lights on. These guys are not going to flub this up. They can't afford to. Microsoft doesn't care about gaming. They're in it to make the money. Rightfully so. All these companies are. But when it comes to what really matters in gaming to a gamer, it's all about the games. Just ask Nintendo. They've survived and outlived 99% of their competitors. minus Sony, right? Zim, I believe you, man. I mean, that's true. Microsoft bought GameStop, and the employees will still have to tell the customers that Xbox has no games. I agree. Now, some guys want to go out on a limb and say, well, Microsoft has Game Pass. They have the services. Listen, services will never outweigh the games. Never. My brother Play Gamer was good. Mr. That's your opinion. Mr. That's just your opinion. I agree. Nintendo survived this long because of the games, not the services. You got to realize, right? Microsoft is a services company. They're fully focused on their technology when it comes to Azure clouds and stuff like that. Their subscriptions. That's their bread and butter. That's what they're focusing on. So of course, when it comes to gaming, what are they going to do? They're going to focus on the subscriptions and the services. And listen, I'm not saying Xbox won't have any games. They're going to have some games. But they're not, I personally don't feel they have that certain it when it comes to making sure their studios have the right IP, making sure that IP is nourished, making sure it's cared for and watched over. Because if they did, we wouldn't have ended up with Craig. We wouldn't have ended up with Craig. You just can't throw a bunch of money at a bunch of guys and hope that shit's going to work out. That's not how gaming works. That's not how the upper echelon of gaming works. Sure. Is Game Pass a great option? Yes, it is. It absolutely is, right? For a new gamer, if I'm a new gamer just getting into gaming, I would tell a person, you know what? Go get you an Xbox. Go get you a cheap Xbox. Sign up for Game Pass for $10 a month and get into gaming. But guess what? Eventually the guys are going to beat those games that's in Game Pass, or eventually they're going to look on the other side of the aisle, right? If I'm a brand new gamer, I'll look on the other side of the aisle. I see dudes over there. Damn, they got Spider-Man. That looks amazing, man. I'd like to play Spider-Man. Oh, it's not on my system? Okay. Oh, shit. What's that? God of War? Man, that looks kind of spiffy over there. I might, Oh, that's not over here? Okay. Ooh, that Ratchet and Clank, man. That looks good. That looks like a Pixar movie. Can I? Oh, that's not on Xbox? Oh, okay. Well, that goes to Tsushima, that ninja game. Okay. That's exclusive to PlayStation 2. Okay. Well, that Demon Souls, that I gotta be able to get that on X. Oh, that's not in Game Pass? Oh, that's not on Xbox. Okay. Well, I've been meaning to get into Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy 16 coming out. I can pick that up on X. Oh, that's a PlayStation exclusive too, bro. No shit? Dang. So that Horizon Zero, that game with the dinosaurs, can I get that on X? That one too? Damn. Man, I think I chose the wrong fucking system. All the games that look amazing is on the other side. God damn. I chose the wrong fucking system. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna just buy me one of them Xbox headsets, the VR stuff, that look. Wait, they don't have VR either? That thing I see on the commercial? Oh, that's on Xbox only, huh? Oh. God damn it. Let me take this shit back. Let me take the fucking Xbox back to GameStop, get my money back, and see if I can go hop up me on the PlayStation. These guys over here have all the fucking games. They have the VR. They have everything that on top of the games that's on the Xbox already. Like, so cool. Got me a PlayStation 5. Oh, that new Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6. Oh yeah, yeah, that's on PlayStation. Okay, cool. That's only on PlayStation. Okay, cool. Oh, ray tracing? Yeah, man, that should look good. So right now, you telling me ray tracing is exclusive to PlayStation from what they've shown so far, right? Because everything else on Xbox got to get patched in later, right? Oh, okay. Guess what? I made a good choice. I'm glad I did go with PlayStation. They seem like they got their shit together. Now I can play my Star Wars in VR. Now I can play my Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition on the PlayStation. I don't have to sit here and wait and hope and pray and wait for some dude to tell me to wait to E3 for 7 more years in order to get what I can get over here. This is reality, guys. This is reality. And if you're an Xbox only gamer, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not finna sit here and say, I'm gonna sit here and wait and hope and pray that the initiative and all these other studios eventually get some shit out the door. These consoles are dropping in 30 days. We know what's coming out on PlayStation 5. We already know. We've seen that shit in action. Without mentioning backwards compatibility and old games, tell me what's coming out for launch on the X Series X. That's next generation. That's not a multiplayer. My brother Relic, salute to you, my brother. There's a lot of people like you, man. A lot of people that finally got their PlayStation 5 and they realized the shock of the amount of games and the quality of games that's on PlayStation and not on Xbox. My man say they've been Netflix on day one. Hey, I agree. Hey, listen, if you love Netflix, guess what? PlayStation got you too, fam. Hey, I'll drain your soul, my brother. Thanks for coming out to rock out with me, man. I had to preach the gospel. I just got tired. I got tired, man. And look, next generation is amongst us. You got to give the people the news, right? But anyway, thank you for coming to check me out, man. And you know what I'm saying? Have an easy day at work. But see, people, when you talk about PlayStation, people act like PlayStation has always been a struggle. It's always been an issue. No, PlayStation came out the gate with the games. They came out the gate with the exclusives. Don't let me bring up Ridge Racer. I do you one better. Grand Theft Auto. Y'all remember back then when when PlayStation had all those games, those exclusive games, damn near ran Nintendo out of business, made them change course and go in their own lane. PlayStation did that. PlayStation did that. They did that with the Grand Theft Autos, cutting deals with the exclusive Grand Theft Autos. San Andreas, you played that on PlayStation 2. You couldn't get that on Nintendo. Tekken, Battle Arena Toshinden. We got a laundry list of exclusives, right? Even now with Grand Theft Auto, you still got exclusive content and deals. I'm just saying the services is not going to save Xbox. GameStop is not going to save Xbox. And I get it. I know they got 15 million Xbox Game Pass subscribers, but guess what, man? It's not going to save them. There is a such thing as MPD. That shit's going to keep continuing next generation. And gamers are more aware of information now than they ever been. So word gets out. When you walk in the Best Buy store and see that Spider-Man Miles Morales playing, when you see that Spider-Man Miles Morales playing on those TVs, those kids are going to stand there and look at Spider-Man. Mommy, daddy, I want that. I want that PlayStation. It is what it is. Big Stout, my brother. Now listen, I'm not saying I want Xbox to fail. Not at all. Not at all. What I'm just saying is the reality. Gamers care about the games. And if you're an Xbox only gamer, you have no more excuses to not be gaming on PlayStation. They've taken all the excuses off. Guess what? You want to save some money? Free to play games? Guess what? Absolutely free. You don't have to subscribe to nothing. You get to play them with your friends. PlayStation on Xbox side, you still got to pay for that Xbox Live in order to play your free to play games. So, you know, a lot of people don't come in here with that pro consumer stuff and skip that detail. That's a huge detail. That's a system selling detail. For my kids that only play Fortnite, come on, holla at me. Don't tell me I gotta pay $20, $30, $60 for my kids to play something that's free that they can play on cell phone. Come on now. Like, come on. What are we doing? One final thing, right? One other thing. Let's talk about this PlayStation collection. Day one, if you buy a $399 PlayStation 5 and you're brand new into the PlayStation ecosystem, for free with your PlayStation Plus subscription, right? For free, you get access to the best games of this generation. The best games of this generation for absolutely free. I think it's like what, 25 to 40 of the game of the year winners and contenders are absolutely free. To me, that's better than Game Pass. That's better than anything that's in Game Pass. True Virgil, my brother. I would rather have a PlayStation 5 and just the PlayStation Plus collection games over X Series X and Game Pass. There's more value there. Don't tell me about 100 games. Tell me about your top 25. What's your top 5 Game Pass games? Games that's in Game Pass. I'll put that shit against the PlayStation Plus collection any day. You got God of War. You got Uncharted 4. Come on now. Until Dawn. Bloodborne. Like, come on. These are like 95, 94 rated, like, quality. These are system sellers. Sony took the system sellers, the reason you bought the console, the big bangers, put all that shit in the package, gave it to you for free. Guess what? Not only that, but we found out today, those games, a lot of those games will be running, you know, because of the boost mode that they got. I call it beast mode, but it's boost mode. You're going to double the frames. So your games are going to be 60 frames a second. Then your resolution is going to be upscale. I think they were normally 1440p games. Now they're going to be 4K. Now what's your excuse? You got 4K 60 gaming right there for absolutely free. And you're going to tell me why you're going to choose Xbox over PlayStation. Come on now. I'm just out here telling you, PlayStation is the way to go. There's no way to cut it. There is no other way to cut it. Listen, Game Pass is a great service, but Game Pass ain't got nothing compared to Sony's games. Chris B, my brother, I'm just out here preaching the truth, man. For next generation, PlayStation is the place to be. Obviously, Xbox is going to take some years for them to get their games down. It's going to take some years, man. They waited. They didn't invest for 3 years. Now it's going to take 3 years for them to finally see the rewards or the fruits of their investments. Are you willing to sit there and wait more time, more years? Because I know some guys, well, I'm going to get the X Series X and I'm going to just sit there and wait. I'm going to just play the multiplats. Listen, I don't buy a console just to play one type of game. I'm just third party. No, I want to play first party, second party, third party, fifth, sixth, seven, all the way to whatever. Why would I spend money just to play third party games when these guys over here are playing third party, second party, and third party? By the way, Square Enix over Bethesda any day. That's just my opinion. And that's not even debatable. It's good that Microsoft bought them, but I'm just putting it out there. I'd rather have the whole Final Fantasy catalog than anything Bethesda throwing out there. That's just me. I'm just keeping it real. Look, you got Final Fantasy 16 exclusive. You got Final Fantasy 7 Remake exclusive. You got Project Athia exclusive. I'm just saying. I'm gonna just throw that out there. You got not just from software, but you got Bluepoint, right? Doing all of these games that's damn near exclusive to PlayStation. We got Demon Souls remake. I'm not even a Dark Souls type, a Born Souls kind of guy, but this game is a system seller. It looks like a system seller. That shit look amazing. That's next generation. That is what sells consoles, not services. No, listen, I get it. Xbox got Final Fantasy 14 as well. I get it. But guess what? I still got that game on my PlayStation 5 or my PlayStation 4, so I'm okay. Like, I'm not trying to keep games off of another platform. If they got that game too, then that's cool. They got Final Fantasy 15. That's cool. I don't mind sharing. But what they don't have is that Final Fantasy 16. And we got the Final Fantasy 7 Remake exclusive for this generation. Now, maybe down the line, it'll come to Xbox, and I don't mind that. They can have the old stuff. Jesus Pena, big facts. Appreciate that, brother. I'm just preaching, man. I'm just saying. Oh, Asmodeus. Okay, I see what you're saying, brother. Yeah, a Relic. That is the same. That's the same company that did Shadow of the Colossus. I'm just saying. You got all these bangers. You got the best next generation console. Fucking Liquid Metal, T2, T1000. I'm just saying, you got the fastest SSD, you got the best technology, the chips and all kind of the biggest heats. I mean, it's just, that shit just designed better. No lie, no cap. That shit just is designed better. Ain't no T-Flop's gonna be able to beat that. When I saw that teardown, I said, listen, that shit look like it was made by a rocket scientist. Look at that power supply that heat sink in this power supply. And tell me the PlayStation 5 compared to the X Series X. It looks like some high school students made the X Series X out of a cinder block. They just shoved a bunch of shit in there in a square container and tried to make it fit. This PlayStation 5 here looked like it took a rocket scientist to build that shit. Everything was, it was so neat, clean. The next generation Wi-Fi 6, the next generation USB you know, the USB-C, the super speed 3.1 and the Bluetooth 5.1 technology and all that, Sony's a tech company, man. That's what they do. They're a hardware company. That's what they do. They even made their TVs. You know, if y'all haven't got a next generation TV yet, shout out to Digital Foundry. They posted a Amazon link that had the Sony X900H. That's their 4K 120 hertz TV. The blacks are inky black. Almost it's up there with OLED, right? It's up there with OLED as far as picture quality in the inky blacks for $968. I had to get one. 65 inch, by the way, not 55, 65 inch. You can't beat that. Next generation, PS5 ready. It's one of the two TVs that they designed specifically for the PS5. The other one was the 8K model. But this one here, 4K, 120 hertz, has all the latest ALM, VRR, and all that other stuff. They're going to be doing an upgrade, firmware upgrade that's going to enable all that next generation stuff. So you can't beat that price, right? You can't beat that price. I'd say get it. But these guys have went to a point in technology where they built a stand with technology in it. One that holds the screw and holds the dust cover piece. I mean, come on, who would have thought about that? Microsoft wouldn't have thought about that. Look, you can twist the stand and clip it on and make your console horizontal. That's some next generation shit. The panels itself are removable. It's just a matter of time before we have third party making these panels with custom designs. You guys have probably seen the Spider-Man Miles Morales one. You've probably seen another one with God of War or, Ghost of Tsushima, like these custom things. I mean, we're going to be buying that shit off of Amazon real cheap. It's just plastic, right? But this stuff was designed and engineered with that in mind. The RGB lighting on the controller and the system itself, like the technology in the controller itself, when the Xbox got the same controller it's always been having. There's no tech in it. There's nothing in it. It's the same, they try to say, it's not broke, don't fix, but come on, man. Next generation. They're giving you all of this shit for $399. I'm just saying, this is why you're seeing these reports of all these analysts saying that 78 to 80% of gamers have pre-ordered the PlayStation 5. I'm just saying, they chose PlayStation 5 over the X Series X already. We knew that was going to happen, but now we got the data. The data says it is what it is. Hey, Jesus, I'm just saying, man, when you look at the X Series X, right, and how it was crammed together, there was really no space for airflow through that. I just kind of looked at it like, man, like from a design standpoint, that didn't really look like it was going to be enough airflow in there. If you got a bunch of components crammed together, PlayStation did. Look at this drive right here. Look at the Blu-ray drive. These guys they put some buffers inside the drive, some rubber buffers that keeps it from vibrating. They even encapsulate the complete drive in this aluminum thing so you wouldn't even hear any noise from the drive. Like, these guys have thought about everything. See, those are the rubber buffers that keeps it from vibrating. And that case keep you from hearing the motors and the noise and stuff. Big stout, big facts. Hey man, as soon as GT7 drops, we own it. We own it. We're gonna stream it too, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm telling you. I agree, Mr. Omar Johnson, my brother. The PlayStation 5 is worth more than $399 and $499. Look at it. Just the looks of it. Relic. Big facts. These guys thought about, you know what? We want this system to stay cool and we don't want to be noisy. We gonna give you motherfuckers some dust covers. Like, you just remove that top cover. They have some holes where you just get a vacuum cleaner and just suction the dust, those two holes, and that'll suck all your dust, and you're good. Pop the cover back on and move. Like, who would have thought about that? Who thinks about this stuff besides people that think of quality? They think of longevity. They think that's quality control. That's some big shit. No, it may be small times to some gamers, but I look at the big picture. If you're putting this much quality and effort into your console, something that most gamers hadn't even thought about, that tells you what Sony frame of mind is, right? Let's over-engineer this shit. Let's think of everything we possibly can and put some effort and thought into it. It just seems like Microsoft only thought about one thing. Let's just focus on power. We're gonna throw some T-flops at it, and third-party developers, they'll just, as long as we have the better running version of the multi-plats, we'll be okay. That shit did not work with the X Series X. I mean, with the Xbox One X, right? They canceled that after 2.5 years. Discontinued. That didn't win them one single NPD. Not one. But that shows you the difference, right? That shows you the different thought mindsets in the companies, right? Sony not only gave you this big ass heatsink, but they gave you that big fan that sucks all the air in and blows it out. And then on top of that, they gave you liquid metal cooling, something that's never been done in a console before, in a console. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you guys now, go ahead. If you're an Xbox guy, go ahead and buy your PlayStation 5. Stop damage controlling. Eventually get you an Xbox, or keep your Xbox One X that you got now. Just keep it. And just move on, man. It's time to move on with your life. I hate to say it, it is. Don't sit around waiting for years, waiting for E3s, waiting for the studios to come. They knew this day was coming. They knew next generation was coming. And they failed you. They failed you. Anyway, guys, we're going to be launching next generation consoles. We're going to be having them in our homes within 30 days. What games will you be playing on your X Series X? What games will you be playing on your PlayStation 5? Appreciate that, Relic. I'm wrapping it up right now, my brother. Start guarding. Appreciate you for coming by, man. But these are the decisions you're going to have, man. Whether you get an Xbox or you get a PlayStation. And it's getting harder and harder for you to deny greatness. Eventually, guys, you gotta come home to greatness, man. You gotta play that you're gonna be on that, Spider-Man. You're gonna be on that Ratchet and Clank. You're gonna be on that Demon Souls. It's a stark difference, man. It's not even close. It's not even close. That's just like saying you have an undecided voter. A voter that they don't know if they're going to vote for Biden or Trump. Like, there is no undecided. These motherfuckers are a world apart in philosophy and personality. So stop it. Godfall. Amazing. Ray tracing. PlayStation 5 is the only console to show you games with ray tracing. Eventually ray tracing is going to get patched in eventually on Xbox. Eventually, right? But day one, what are we going to be playing? We're going to be playing exclusive next generation PlayStation 5 games. And you're going to be playing current generation or previous generation games on Xbox. And that's just a fact. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the chat, in the comment section of the video. Your boy is finna be out of here. It's the weekend. I'm finna go get into something. I don't know what. And I'm gonna see y'all on Twitter, man. Thank y'all for coming out, rocking out with me. Thank you for getting me up to 1,000 subs. Finally, I'm gonna put some more consistent content into this channel. I'm going to, start working on some video edits and stuff like that. So just stay tuned, man. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. It's your boy Jaydub, aka Kratos, the god of PlayStation and all things gaming. Catch your boy on Twitter. Peace.